So this will be a quick video showing presentation mode in Max. By the way, I apologize for the audio. I don't have my microphone with me today, so we've got built-in audio. So here we go, presentation mode. What is that? Well, it's a way of creating an interface for a user to use the patch, somebody who's not the programmer. So for example, I have here this sequencer patch. It's just a basic MIDI sequencer. Let me just show you how it works. I'll just turn this on, give a quick listen. So this is a pretty simple patch. It's not too cluttered. However, you still might not want a user who's going to be playing with your sequencer, maybe changing some of the pitches or the instruments. You might not want them to have to look at all of these other extraneous things like program outs, these addition objects here, these modifications that adjust the pitch, make note. You really only need them to see a couple of things. This selection, I-table, what's being played, the on button, of course, the beats per minute, the I-tables themselves, and then the instrument selection. So Max has this mode that allows you to only select objects that you would like to show to your user, and that's called presentation mode. And you get to it with this little easel down here, presentation mode here. Right now I have nothing in presentation mode, so when I toggle over there, I cannot see any objects. What I'm going to do is select all of the objects that I want in presentation mode. Here, I'll hold Shift, grab my comments as well, and my 3 I-tables and my menu. And is that it? So that's all I need. I'm going to right-click and choose Add to Presentation. I could also go up to Object. That's outside your window. You can't see it. Add to Presentation as well. Everything's already in, so this is grayed out. All right, so as I did that now, you can see that each of these objects has this light pink border around there. And when I go back to presentation mode, I have all of the objects that I've selected. Now I can move these around if I would like and reorder them really in any way that makes sense. And if I go ahead and do that, so I'll put my on button here and then my selections over here. That's about right. And let's just make these a smidge smaller so they line up nicely. All right, so now if I go back to my regular patch, you see that everything's still in place. Nothing has actually changed position, even though I moved position in presentation mode. Okay, so you can see that as a user, I can still see all of these things and manipulate them, even selecting new instruments if I decided to do so. Oh, very nice. However, I don't have to see all of that stuff underneath. One cool thing that you might want to consider is adding some other UI objects like a panel, which is a box here that you can change the roundness of the edges and the border and several other things about it. And this just could help you visually lay out some things in your presentation. So I don't know if we really want to do that for this, but something that might be interesting for you. And we'll just make sure that this goes to the back. There we are. I don't know. That's a terrible design, but this is just a quick video. All right, so the last thing that I want to do is make it so that my patch opens in presentation mode so that whoever opens it automatically doesn't see all of this and only sees this. So the way that I do that is by going up to my menu up here, and I know you guys can't see it, but it's actually in View, and Inspector Window is what I'm looking for. This used to be called the Patcher Inspector in earlier versions of Mac, so if you're looking for Patcher Inspector, it's View, Inspect, where is it? View, Inspector Window. All right, and this just gives us a bunch of different options to control the patch itself. So there's appearances here, colors, these are defaults, right? File path, all sorts of interesting things. And what we are looking for is a little toggle box that says Open in Presentation. If I click on that, that means that now if I were to, let's say, close this patch, we'll go ahead and save it, and then go up and reopen it. When I reopen it, it launches in presentation mode.